Hey guys, I'm Adam. I'm an astrologist, healer, teacher. A 3-year period has come to an end as Saturn, the planet of karma, challenges, difficulties, structure, maturity, and time, left the sign of Aquarius and entered the sign of Pisces on the 7th of March 2023, opening a new 3-year-long chapter in our lives. In this video, I will tell you what this transit, this planetary movement means and could bring us, what to expect on an individual and global scale, as well as I would like to give you some tips as for how to make the most and the best out of these upcoming 3 years so you could overcome all the challenges brought on by Saturn. This transit will be the most intense and present in the lives of Pisces or Virgo ascendants, Sun and Moon signs, but of course all of us will be experiencing it, but narrowed down to and concentrated on one area of life, or I should say focus on one house. I'll get into it later with more detail, but point is this is for all of us as well. So what a relief finally for all Aquarius and Leo ascendants, Sun and Moon signs that Saturn left the sign of Aquarius behind. The past 3 years, so between 2020 and 2023, they have been through a lot. Ups and downs, challenges and difficulties, obstacles in the way. They experienced it firsthand. They could tell you a lot about the ride Saturn takes you on, that's for sure. They have been tested and checked by Saturn for almost 3 years, and if they pass the final test of Saturn, then from now on they can expect solidified, consolidated, long-lasting results, accomplishments, achievements which will last for a lifetime. The achievements they paid for in tears, sweat, and blood between 2020 and 2023. Wherever Saturn is transiting, it always cleans the place up and puts everything in place. It requires us to be mature and responsible. It forces us to find permanent solutions to our problems, and it feels a bit like we're being tested. Am I persistent enough? Am I humble enough? Do I take responsibility? Am I on the path that was truly designated for me? These and such questions may come up during a Saturn transit, and of course doubts and self-doubt. Am I good enough? Am I able to do it? Am I going to fail? Do I have what it takes? All Aquarius and Leo ascendants, Sun and Moon signs have been through an extremely difficult period full of challenges, trials and tribulations. Well, for them, the sweet relief has come, the hard times are over. But only if in these 3 years between 2020 and 2023, you overcame the obstacles, you took responsibility, you kept it humble, patient and strong, and put a permanent end to all pending issues you were dealing with, instead of sweeping them under the rug, then for your performance and work, time and persistence, Saturn will give you lifelong lasting, solidified, consolidated and tangible rewards in the next coming period. Now the seeds you planted long ago will flourish, and you can reap what you sow. All the time, work and energy will now pay off finally. But in case you didn't pass the test of Saturn the past few years, you didn't do what it required you to do, then after a 7-year break, so from around 2030 on, you will be facing the same challenges, problems and probes you did not take care of earlier, and this time around it's gonna be way harder. So I really hope you took responsibility and took care all of them so you could enjoy the fruits of your labor, finally. Although we should mention that just as the sign of Aquarius got liberated from the effects of Saturn, around 2 weeks after that, late March, Pluto will enter Aquarius, and that will mark the 2 most important and most significant decades to come for all Aquarius and Leo ascendants, Sun and Moon signs. Pluto's effects are destructive and constructive, transformative, intense and profound. All Capricorn and Cancer ascendants ascendants, sun and moon signs could tell you a lot about that without a doubt. They have just been through a 15-year-long, deeply transformative period. They started in 2008 and by now they are a brand new person. I have already made videos on Pluto's individual and global effects as well as Pluto entering Aquarius. I have put the links below here in the video description in case any of you would like to check them out. For Aquarius and Leo natives, it'll be a bit different though, as Saturn has already gone through with the lessons and challenges with these signs, kind of laying down some groundwork, if you know what I mean. So they have been taught some toughness, persistence, patience, and humility, at least hopefully. So having Pluto sliding through Aquarius between 2023 and 2043 won't be as difficult, intense, or painful as it was for Capricorns and Cancers, but only if they passed the initial test of Saturn between 2020 and 2023. So for all Aquarius and Leo ascendants, sun and moon signs, the experience you earned in those 3 years under the supervision of Saturn will pay off, and the foundation of the rest of your lives is being laid down the next 2 decades. Saturn will be passing through the sign of Pisces from the 7th of March 2023 till mid-February 2026. So the next ones to be tested are Pisces and Virgo ascendants, sun and moon sign. For you guys, a 3-year-long Saturnian period begins, but no need to worry or panic. It is very important to know that Saturn always wants our best interest. It always does everything for our own good. It sets us challenges that will provide us experience worth more than gold, even if we cannot really see it or understand it in that very moment of hardship. These challenges and difficulties are happening always for the sake of our growth, our evolution, so we can mature and gain more wisdom and experience. Saturn is the strict master teacher and the exact opposite of Jupiter, so Saturn rewards us afterwards, according to our performance or achievement. We could say that the experience earned and gained through these challenges, difficulties, lessons is a type of knowledge we never could have learned from books, courses in school, or even by others. So Saturn offers you knowledge gained through experience, which is priceless. And even though at times it gets very hard, tiring, complicated, scary, and uncomfortable to go through, this makes the key to your future success and happiness. This is always an extremely significant time period in our life, and by the time Saturn is done with us, we become more mature, more of an adult, kind of. So the keywords for the next 3 years for all Pisces and Virgo ascendants, sun and moon signs are strength, persistence, responsibility, goals, acceptance, patience, and most of all, humility. Saturn is a fan of these attributes, and we can please this strict teacher of ours with such traits, as well as we can make the most and best out of the Saturnian period. But Saturn is not only about challenges and problems to be solved, it is also about consolidation, stabilization, about having the fruit of our hard and long labor ripe. So now that Saturn has finished its job with Aquarius and Leo natives, the most significant 2 decades are coming in their lives, as now, after the 3 years of Saturnian probation, now they possess consolidated achievements, results, or we can call them rewards. And this is just the beginning. Something similar is coming for Pisces and Virgo natives as well. In the next coming 3 years, they will grow up a bit more, they will become more mature and experienced, and they will also get a chance to consolidate some aspects of their lives, may it be work, career, relationships, family, health, or home. Many Pisces and Virgo ascendants, sun and moon signs will be committed to something or somebody, so with the challenges they will be also provided the chance to consolidate, solidify their careers, to get married, start a family, have kids, buy a home, and so on. Luckily, being humble is a known trait to Pisces and Virgo, so on one hand it won't be as challenging for them to manage the next coming years, although as for maturity, productivity, and and commitment. While Virgo carries these attributes, Pisces is lacking them. But Pisces, being as lucky as they usually are, Neptune, the modern ruler of Pisces, is also transiting this sign, providing a protective shield for Pisces natives for the duration of the Saturn transit, which doesn't mean no work, but less work. So it should be still taken seriously in a mature way, the way Saturn would. Either way, Pisces and Virgo ascendants, Sun and Moon signs, prepare and get ready because the 3-year Saturnian probation is about to begin. Do everything that Saturn requires you to do with humility, persistence, maturity, patience, and commitment. You will know, you will be aware what exact thing Saturn wants you to do, take care of, change, start, quit, or let go of, because in most cases it is something you already know you have to take care of, and you should have a long time ago. You just haven't been honest enough to yourself to admit it to yourself, or because of your fears, or fear of failure, or due to lack of self-confidence. So observe, watch the signs, see what kind of situations, events, or people you get involved with during these 3 years, as all these are directly pointing to that thing you need to do or take care of. It's very important to remind ourselves when things get difficult that you need to hold on, you need to carry on, even though it's tough, hard, uncomfortable, challenging, time-consuming, tiring. Your progress is slow. Do not give up. It is a test. As this transit is happening in the sign of Pisces, all of us have houses ruled by Pisces independently from our ascendant, sun, or moon sign. For those, you should expect all this we have talked about, the Saturnian period, in that area of life which is represented by the house ruled by Pisces in your birth chart. If you don't have a birth chart, you can set it up for yourself online if you know your time of birth. Just search horoscope calculator and you will find plenty of pages. In case you don't know the meaning of your houses, I have made a video on the topic earlier. You can find the link below here in the video description. As for global effects, the sign of Pisces represents faith, love, healing, acceptance, fantasies, dreams, mental health, and spirituality. The disharmonious side of the sign includes escapism, addictions, lies, illusions, self-sabotage, and depression. So collectively as humanity, until 2026, our faith, our inner world, our spirituality, our higher self might be tested. So it is extremely important to keep our faith no matter what we are going through. Saturn is putting us to a test, and if we pass, we will be rewarded, consolidated, long-lasting achievements and results. We might experience hardships or difficulties in the pharmaceutical industry or even in the film industry, as all these belong to Pisces. Some of our illusions, the pink fog, will clear up. We will see things in a more realistic way these years. We might come down to earth. As for our dreams and fantasies, we will be more realistic about them. We will be less likely kidding ourselves. But be careful. It is good to be realistic about your dreams to a certain extent, but don't let the pessimism of Saturn pull you down below the ground, okay? You're gonna need some healthy balance there. We should be careful when it comes to mind-altering substances, escapism, and our addictions. We will get the chance the next few years to structure these topics in our life. Our mental health and peace also should be priority. We might feel that we find it harder to relate, to show empathy and understanding, to open up, to love, to trust, and to forgive in these 3 years. So let's be extra conscious about it. And yes, let's trust, let's love, let's believe, let's forgive, and let's make sacrifices for the greater good. Religion also belongs to Pisces, so some of the religious systems, establishments will have to take responsibility, so they might face difficulties in these next 3 years, as Saturn also stands for downfall. Whenever you feel it's hard, remember this is all happening for your own good, in your best interest, in the sake of your personal evolution and growth. And you will be rewarded something lifelong lasting, solid and tangible. Saturn's purpose is not to annoy you and bust your balls, but to train you, educate you, strengthen you, and prepare you. And in hindsight, you will be so thankful you cannot even imagine it at the moment, but I promise. I hope you liked the video. Feel free to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you very much for the love. In case you would like a personal horoscope reading, a tarot reading, you can reach out to me on the links below. And if you would like to learn astrology in a practical way, consider joining me on Patreon, link also below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you can use this information to make the most and best out of the next coming years. Bye.